Hey, what's up you beautiful feckers? How you all doing? So as promised in my last video with the dev stream recap, let's talk about the upcoming changes to the login reward system in Warframe, something that has just been clarified by Rebecca in a developer workshop post. So first up, our day-to-day login rewards will now scale higher based on how many days you have logged in, which is great. And they will increase by 25% every 50 days. So they used Endo as an example for this. And at day 1, if you get 50 Endo as a reward, then after you've logged in for 200 days, this will become 100 Endo. So after 600 days, you're looking at 200 Endo as a daily reward, or after 800 days, it's up as much as 250. So it continues to scale. And when you compare that to what the maximum amount of Endo that we used to get, which was 80, it's a pretty nice increase. And it won't just be for Endo as well, this scaling amount, but all of your daily resource logins as well. Now for the big milestones and the intermittent milestones, they have changed the structure to that system as well. So sigils and resources like Forma, Ribbons, Potatoes, they will now be given on day 50, 150, 250, about 350 and so on. But you will have 3 options to choose once you're picking that reward. Now for the primed mods that you get for logging in, they will now be received on day 100, 300, 500 and so on, which is what the old weapon milestones used to be. So you're going to be able to get your hands on those sooner than you can right now, and you will be able to pick between 3 of those primed mods on each of those milestones. So if you picked primed Fury at say day 100, then you will need to wait until day 300 to choose your next primed mod. So you're still going to have to wait 500 days, a year and a half of logins to get your third primed mod, which is still a very long time. Now the milestones for the weapons you get for logging in have now been pushed further back to days 200, 400, 600, 800 and so on. But the choice of these weapons as well, you will also be allowed to choose between a Lodestar Sayandana and the upcoming Lodestar armor set as well, which I would assume you're only going to be able to choose these once you're later on in your login days, because you've already picked those weapons. Now they will work in the exact same way as what the primed mods do. So at day 100 you can choose between 3 weapons, for example the Zenistar, the Zenith and the Azima, but then you're going to have to wait until day 400 for your next weapon, day 600 for the next weapon, which is almost 2 years of constantly logging in. So you're not going to get any of these primed mods or any of these weapons, I guess, earlier or in a shorter duration than what you do right now. So you're not going to get new weapons at day 50 and so on, which is something that a lot of players thought they might be able to do. Now I'll agree that this change to the weapons will be bad for someone who is just about to maybe hit a weapon milestone at say day 300, only to now have it pushed back by an extra 100 days to day 400. It's going to be very demoralizing. But these changes are going to be added at some point in the future. I'm not sure exactly when, but this is what they have confirmed on the dev workshop post. Now, if I'm being honest, the best weapon out of all of those login rewards is probably the Zenistar anyway. The Zenith is really good, the Sigma and Octantis is good as well, but the Zenistar can be amazing. And I know that's not going to soothe your rage right now if you just had 100 days added on to your login cycle. So into the Badger pit you go, enjoy, knuckles up. Now the thing that a lot of the community were a bit pissed about, or the option that they were a bit pissed about, was the idea that these login rewards and primed mods might be made tradable. Now they briefly mentioned this on the last dev stream and it honestly went down like a lead balloon. The last week have seen a lot of people complaining about this option, and rightly so. Trading them was a bad idea, and Digital Extremes have obviously heard the community and decided that trading should not be an option. So there's no trading of login rewards. They've wiped that out. It's not going to happen. But they did say at this time, so it may still become an option at a later date. Hopefully not. Time will tell. Now I'll be honest, over the last week this whole login argument in the community has been blown way out of proportion, and if I'm being doubly honest, if that's even a fucking word, weapons and mods should never have been time gated behind logging in the first place. In some cases for over 2 years of constantly logging in, and all that really did was promote veterans to log in on a daily basis, log out, go play a different game, just so as that they didn't break that cycle. So you're not actually being loyal to the game, because you're not actually playing it, you're just logging in to not break that cycle. And Prime mods are some of the best in the game. The same goes for, like I said, the Zenistar. So it was a very badly implemented system, and it still is, because weapons and mods are still time gated. And I know I'm not the only player who thinks that these weapons and mods should just be released into the game, whether via Void Trader or Clan Research, or make them a little bit challenging to actually get, and just leave login rewards to be just cosmetic items and boosters and resources and things like that, not actually time gating some of your best items behind logging in. Maybe give high ranked players something more worthwhile than just an emblem or a Lyset decoration for challenging content. And maybe these elite alerts that they showed off on the last dev stream will actually be the challenge that a lot of you want, but they're going to need to give them rewards that are actually worthwhile. Maybe like a unique Sayandana, set piece weapons or set piece mods, I'm not sure. Anything to make it worthwhile than more than just an emblem or a glyph. But again, that's just me. Share your thoughts on these changes to the login system below. Do me a huge favour, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.
If you can't even spot it, yeah, there's nothing more to say, boy, just a left, don't come find me.